The father of Jacob Blake, the man who was shot in the back by police in the American state of Wisconsin, says his son is paralyzed from the waist down. Doctors aren't sure whether it's permanent. Jacob Blake is in a stable condition in hospital. His father says he was shot 8 times by police as he went to a car and opened its door in the city of Kenosha on Sunday. Jacob Blake's fiancée has been talking to the media, saying police didn't ask any questions before shooting him.
It was 2 male officers and 1 female, and the 2 male officers instantly detained him, put your hands, but no questions or none of that. And I'm just trying to simply get the kids out the car. I'm like, wait a minute, he didn't do nothing wrong. Just ask some questions first before you pin this man up against the car and not even say nothing. I'm like, furthermore, the kids in the car, they didn't even know the kids was in the car. And I'm telling the woman cop, I'm like, can you please get back? If I shoot you, get back. These officers is I'm like, shoot me. My kids is in the car, 2 of them. And they literally sat in the car and saw that officer grab Jacob by his t-shirt and turn his head and just off as many times as he felt like it. It wasn't no just 1 shot, let me just put you down for a little bit. That man literally just grabbed him by his shirt and looked the other way and was just shooting him with the kids in the back screaming.
The fiancée of Jacob Blake. Well, there's been a second night of protests there, the latest US city to see anger erupt onto the streets after allegations of police brutality. Police fired tear gas to disperse crowds who defied an overnight curfew to protest in front of the courthouse. Aline Makbul was there.
Another American city turned into a conflict zone after the police shooting of a black man. It was the turn of Kenosha, Wisconsin, to feel the wrath of angry demonstrators. The start of a curfew only made more pour onto the streets to confront police, who reacted with force.
Well, it's got extremely tense since the curfew passed. You can see tear gas, pepper spray being fired by the police outside the courthouse here. It's being thrown back by some of the protesters who've been lobbing plastic water bottles, sometimes even fireworks fired at the police.
And demonstrators were undeterred and caused more destruction. It wasn't long before vehicles were set on fire, even buildings. Many told us they felt this was the only way people would take notice of them.
Feels like a breath of fresh air, honestly, because we finally get to say what we've always wanted to say to them. I've been stopped and harassed by the police many times in my own town, and just because I look like someone that I'm not. And I don't want to feel that way.